In this video, I will be explaining about graphs. Graph is defined as a group of vertices and edges. It is also called as a cyclic tree, where the each vertices maintain any complex relationship among them instead of having parent-child relationship. A graph can be defined as an ordered set of G of v comma e, where v of g represents set of vertices and e of g represents set of edges. For example, here we can see a graph, and it is an undirected graph as we cannot see from where the arrows are going. We can call it from A to B or B to A in any way. It has no specific direction, so it is a undirected graph. It has six edges and five vertices. A, B, C, D, E are vertices. A, B, B, C, C, E, D, D, B, D, A are called edges. Then what is a directed graph? In a directed graph, edges from an ordered pair. Edges represent a specific path from some vertex A to another vertex B. Node A is called the initial node, while node B is called the terminal node. Here we can see that the A is pointing to B, that is an arrow. D is pointing to A, since so it is called a directed graph. Some graph terminologies are path. Path. A path can be defined as a sequence of nodes that are followed in order to reach some terminal B from an initial node U. Closed path. A path which has initial and final node same as 0. For this we can see A, B, D and A. This is one path where the initial and final node is A. Simple path. If all the nodes of the graph are distinct with an exception of V is equal, mu naught is equal to V, and then such path P is called simple closed path. Cycle. A cycle can be defined as a path which has no repeated edges or vertices except first and last vertices. Connected graph. A graph is one in which some path exists between every two vertices. In V, there is no isolated nodes in the connected graph. Complete graph. A complete graph is one in which every node is connected with all the other nodes. Complete graph may contain n into n minus 1 by 2 number of edges, where n is the number of nodes in the graph. Weighted graph. In a weighted graph, each edge is assigned with some data such as length or weight. The weight of an edge can be defined given as W of E, which must be either positive value, indicating the cost of traversing the edge. Digraph. A digraph is a directed graph in which edge of the graph is associated with some direction and traversing can be done only in a specific direction. Loop. An edge that is associated with the similar endpoints can be called as loop. Adjacent nodes. If two nodes U and V are connected via edge, then the nodes U and V are called neighbors. Degree of the node. A degree of a node is the number of edges that are connected with that node. A node with degree 0 is called an isolated node. We can arrange the graph in coding. We can represent the graph using arrays or and linked list. I will be telling the arrays. In arrays, for example, here we can see the simple undirected graph. Here AD is a path here, A to D. If A is true, then D must be true. Here we can see A. From the matrix, we can retrieve the paths. AB is one path and AD is one path. BA is one path and BC and BD. CB C E D A D B D E D A D B D E C E D E C A D, like that. But still, in with representation with arrays have some disadvantages that will be discussed in another module. Thank you.